And now it's time for Ask Roz and Mocha.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 742 of the Roz and Mocha Show podcast. This is Ask Roz and Mocha. Hopefully, we will answer any of your questions that you have left on Instagram with our latest post at Kiss925. We head to the phones. Hello, Jackie. It's Roz and Mocha. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Great, thank you. Hello.
All right. So, what's your question? We understand you got a question for everyone.
My question is for Roz.
Yeah.
It's going back about 10 years now. I was wondering if you remembered meeting me or if you remembered your time media day with the Naked News.
Hello, what?
It was quite a while ago, and you were very professional and, I mean, slightly awkward.
Okay, so
That's Roz.
Okay, yeah, there we go. That's me in a nutshell.
Wait. Sorry. So, explain this.
So,
what is this?
So, Jackie, you used to work. You used to. You don't still, correct?
No,
Okay.
that's a long time ago.
Okay,
Right. And it was coming up on 10 years ago, and they did a reality show called Naked and Uncovered.
Right.
And Media Day came from all over to interview all of us, and you were there.
Right. So, Naked News is this wild thing, man, that used to, like, is it still around at all or no, it's gone?
Yeah, Naked News is still around.
Is
Yeah,
it
still
really?
going strong.
So, but it was very mainstream and it was really interesting. So, Naked News was this operation out of Toronto. And they had a full studio, and you, I guess, could subscribe to Naked News and get your news done by, at the beginning, it was just women who, while they were doing their newscasts, would just take off all their clothes. But it was like legit stuff. Like they would be doing like Dow Jones reports and like everything else.
Yeah.
Like it was legit news, like geopolitics and everything else, like these super long scripts.
Let me guess. The Dow Jones always went up?
Always went up. It always went up. Hey. And it was so mainstream that when I was at ET Canada in those first couple of years, and also when I was at a station earlier than that, Toronto One, they would do media days where they would have press come in and you could interview all the anchors from the Naked News. And you would interview them naked. Like they were naked. I wasn't
Not
naked,
you
but
naked.
they were naked. And so I'd be sitting there doing like it's like a junket where you're just interviewing all these anchors.
Keyword in that junk.
Yeah, but they were all naked, right? Like, and it's like you're trying to have a normal conversation, but the person you're talking to is completely naked. And afterwards, you do a picture for social and like everything else, right? And yes, I do remember you, and I remember always feeling when I had to go interview the anchors from Naked News that if you made it too like if you over acknowledged the awkwardness, it didn't help. Like you couldn't be like, "Oh my God, this is so weird. I can't believe." Like you almost, in a way, had to pretend that there was normal because to them it was very normal being naked all the time. And so if you made a big deal, you looked like the weird one as opposed to the person who's sitting next to you nude reading sports scores. But I do remember you, and I remember trying to be incredibly professional about it because. First of all, the studios were so hot because you guys are all walking around naked.
Yeah.
And they had to crank the heat, right? So I'm sitting there sweating, and I look like I'm sweating because I'm sitting there beside, a naked woman, right? So I look like a total amateur, right?
Like a perv.
And then you don't want to be too nice because I didn't want somebody to get the impression that I was flirting.
Sure.
So it was a really weird dynamic, but you guys were a lot of fun, and I would say like extremely professional. What are your memories of it?
So I remember Media Day for this reality show was very busy. It was really hectic, and they were filing us out one after one to interview with everyone and sit down.
Yeah.
And we just wore shoes, like you said. We only wore shoes and maybe a coordinating watch or bracelet.
Yeah.
And we tried our hardest to be as professional as possible because we knew everyone was sort of uncomfortable coming into this if it wasn't your norm. But I remember after the interview, someone, a producer or something, tapped on the door, and we opened our dressing room door up a bit, and you were right there, and you, thanked everyone. You're like, thanks, that was great. Thanks a lot. We'll see you again. Like, it was just, I was like, what a sweetheart. And because it is awkward for someone coming in. But like you said, it is very professional. My first story was about Fukushima.
Yeah.
So, we did news, weather, and sports. We covered international, national news, and we disrobed.
Question: did you start off the newscast naked, or would you start off with clothes on and then slowly start to disrobe?
Slowly start to disrobe.
Really?
As you read the teleprompter, there was little points in where you're supposed to take your jacket off, then your shirt, then your tie, then your whatever, like as you went.
And so I always wondered, like, because these scripts are long and they are hard, right? There's a shut up, Shem. There's a and there's no editing, right?
Yeah.
So like if you screwed up, did you have to start from the top? Like get all dressed again?
Well, there was editing. Like some of them were pre-recorded. Some of it was pre-recorded. And yes, it was we couldn't mess up. Like our producer is very strict about you couldn't mess up anything. Like it had to be perfect.
I remember there was
hard-hitting news.
There was a picture of me there on social for a real long time, and I don't know if it was you or not, but there was a picture of me next to one of the anchors at Naked News that was up. Like you could find it anywhere for a very long time. I don't know.
Like if I type in Roz Naked News, would that come up?
I don't know. I don't know if that was you, Jackie, or not.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me, but I will look for that.
Wow. What are you up to? What are you up to now, Jackie?
So now I'm a writer in the cannabis space. I have a podcast in the cannabis space. Just that dreaded word, influencer.
Yeah,
got a couple million followers on social media, and that's what I do.
If anyone wants to follow you,
it's Jackie Childs, JACQUI Childs.
Say it slower so Shem can write it down.
Come on now.
Okay, say it slower, Jackie.
Okay, so JACQUI.
Yeah.
Childs, like children, CHILDS.
Oh my God, look.
Shem.
Shem's mouth.
How old were you when you started Naked News, Jackie?
Actually, how I started on Naked News was they did a contest with their viewers, and they had a couple million at the time worldwide.
Yeah.
And they asked for someone a little more mature, a little older. So I was 38 years old. I was one of the oldest girls there when I started. I was there for 7 years. And I'm 50 now.
Had you ever done, like, were you somebody who every other job you had, you were clothed before that? Or were you like a stripper or like?
Okay, so I had been modeling in my early teens. And yes, I was I would say stripper, not dancer. I don't know how to dance.
Yeah.
And then, I got married and had children and the whole thing. I was going through a divorce. And my current husband, he sent in an audition tape and some resume. And I didn't even know. And I got the job. Yeah, I didn't even know.
Your husband sent in a tape?
Yeah, he sent in an audition tape, like a video of me talking in my hairbrush or whatever, and behind the scenes sort of thing. He wrote a big thing about my age and, wife and kids and all that. And they hired me.
Damn. Well, there you go, Jackie.
It was great. Jackie, it's great to reconnect. I'm glad everything worked out for you. I always wonder what happened to the Naked News ladies. You know what I mean?
Well, your follower count just went up by 1. Thanks to Shem.
Yeah, you're gonna see Shem as a new follower.
Yeah,
so,
followed by @Shem.
Yeah.
Jackie, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
All right.
Take care.
Bye.
You're great. Bye.
Yeah, what a wild time. I don't think it's so funny. You couldn't do that anymore, I don't think.
Apparently they still do.
No, but like mainstream.
Oh,
like
sure.
It was very mainstream when Naked News was around.
Tyrone says here, I just heard Roz say he does Korean short ribs several times a week. How does he prep/marinate them and cook them? Please share.
Geez. There is a really fantastic, it comes in a big jar, and it's, what do they call them? Is it kalabi, something like that? The actual name of the Korean short ribs. And this mix, it's like a marinade that you buy. It has a big red top on it.
Yeah.
It's the best. It's the best. So if I'm doing straight up like Korean flavor, I'll just marinate those for a while in a Ziploc bag and then just fire them right on the grill. They need nothing else. They taste exactly like they do when you get them from the restaurant. Other than that, I will just do salt and pepper and oil, and then throw them on the grill.
Classic.
Yeah.
Leah says here, favorite Christmas movie. Let's start with you, damn it, Maury. Favorite Christmas movie.
Home Alone 2 for sure.
Home Alone 2,
because it's New York and I love New York. So
interesting.
Home Alone 2.
But is it actually is it a better movie? It's not a better movie though.
I think so.
You do?
Yeah, I think so, because he's not stuck in one house. Like it's like, oh, now he's going through the streets of New York and that kind of thing.
A little bit more adventure.
Yeah.
Okay. Maria, favorite Christmas movie.
The Grinch.
Which one? The cartoon one or the Jim Carrey one?
The Jim Carrey one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shem.
I'm going to go the original Home Alone. But I also like Happiest Season in terms of like newer Christmas movies.
What is it? Happiest?
Happiest Season.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, Kristen
that?
Stewart's in that, I believe. Dan Levy.
Oh, that was a few years ago on Netflix.
Yeah.
That movie was amazing.
Really good. Allison Bree's in it.
Yes, that was
Aubrey
a
Plaza.
great movie. Oh,
Love that
we
movie.
watched a terrible. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to log into my Netflix. We watched a terrible Christmas movie.
What was it?
It's new. It's new for this season.
There's 2 new Christmas movies on Netflix right now.
I bet you this is one of them.
The one
It
with Ed Helms.
Oh, I like that one. That's a switch 'em.
Family Switch. We started watching that. I gotta fit. Don't tell me how it ends.
Okay.
I mean, I assume.
Come on.
Right?
Jennifer Garner.
Yeah.
It's a family
it's
switch
great.
movie.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Hold on. What was the other one? What's the? Oh God, my Netflix isn't working here. Hold on.
I can open mine.
Netflix. Go to the holiday section, Maury.
It'll just be under continue watching because I watched 2 minutes in to the one you're talking about. It was awful.
Which one?
The one that you think is awful. I agree with you.
But I didn't even say which one it was.
Continue
Is it
watching.
best Christmas ever?
I need to see the cover box.
Yeah, best. I was going to say that.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
best.
Go
Christmas
look
ever.
go look at Maury's computer.
Nope, not that.
No?
Go to the
Oh.
holiday section.
Where's that?
You can also
I
just
look
type
at-
in
There's my
Christmas
gay
movies.
section.
Go to like
Just Maria, just
go
let
to
them,
like
I
let them
know.
do their
I
thing, okay?
know.
Like honestly, like just sometimes you just have to let things play out.
Yeah, you know what? You're very right, Roz.
All right.
Yeah, that's okay. It's all right. We were good in here. Don't worry about it.
Where?
Yeah.
Oh wait, go back up.
Hey, Roz, you like the Polar Express?
Yo,
Never seen
Christmas?
Polar Express.
You've never seen Polar Express?
No.
Oh my gosh.
I wasn't a kid. You have to understand, like when I was a kid, like movies, like I have no affinity to. I barely feel for Home Alone because I was older when that movie came out, right? Like
Yeah.
so I don't really have that kind of thing. I don't get me wrong. Now I love Home Alone. I think it's a real beautiful movie.
Yeah.
And I watch it differently, sort of now as a grown, as a parent where I got a kid and everything else.
Totally.
Because it was all like the hijinks and the getting punched in the nuts and all that stuff. That was all funny. But now when you have a kid, the ending of Home Alone with the old man is so
What's the name
beautiful.
of So beautiful.
that?
It is.
Yeah.
It really is. It's
Yeah.
so
Well,
beautiful.
Well, that's why I was
Sorry,
wondering about
hold
Polar
on. I
Express
got it.
because it has
Okay.
that nice
Oh my-
story.
okay,
Okay, yeah.
okay.
What's
What?
the one? I wasn't listening to you guys.
Yeah.
Great story, by the way. What was the one? It's Brandy is in it. It's the new holiday movie with Brandy. Brandy and Rachel. Oh my God. What's it called, guys?
I
It's on
don't
Netflix
know.
this year.
I don't know.
And Jason Biggs.
I don't
Best
know.
Christmas ever.
Is that it? Okay. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Best Christmas ever. Terrible movie.
Yeah, no, I have no. So for me, going Christmas movies, right? Like I was just saying, Mocha, while you were in there with Maury, I'm sort of like that. Like I come from like a Gen X childhood, so like my favorite Christmas movies are not the ones that say like Maria grew up with, or even the ones that like Shem grew up with, for that matter. So, couple of my favorite Christmas movies, like I still love A Christmas Story, the original one, right?
Okay.
Just because that's 1983. I was 9 years old when that came out, right?
Okay.
I love
National Lampoon?
Yeah, I mean National Lampoon, but my problem with the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation is, to me, that's the weakest of the movies. Because the original National Lampoon is just so good. Like it's so good.
Scrooged?
No, Scrooged is fine. No, but I will say my favorite Christmas movie that my brother and I used to watch every single year, and I urge anybody to watch, is Trading Places. That's my favorite.
Dan Aykroyd and
good.
Eddie Murphy.
It's
Yeah.
my favorite. Like it's my favorite
choice.
Christmas movie. Like I love Trading Places. It is such a brilliant movie. But yeah, I like Christmas Vacation, and I
What
like
about
all
Polar
that.
Express? That's a good
I've
one.
never seen Polar Express. We already
That's what we were talking about.
We talked about that while you guys were in the other room doing stuff.
You guys talk about Die Hard?
Yeah, I mean I like Die Hard. I
Die
really
Hard's a
do.
Christmas movie?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's definitely a Christmas movie.
yeah. I like Die Hard a lot.
Barbara says here, I
Wait,
was
Mocha, you
recently.
didn't answer. What's-
Oh, sorry. Favorite Elf, because my kid loves
Oh
that
yes,
movie.
my God, Elf. I love
Right?
Elf.
Elf
Thank
is
you.
on repeat in our house. Both Grinch movies, so the one with Jim Carrey and then the animated one.
Christmas with the Cranks?
Those ones, Christmas with the Cranks is great, and then my kid loves Home Alone 1 and 2. So those are,
Right.
are like repeat all the time at
Yeah.
home. Okay, Barbara says here, I was recently at a club event that started at 2 p.m. and ended at 8.
There you go.
It made me think of Roz, as you had this idea way back in 2019. My question for Roz, After you threw that idea out into the world, did anyone approach or reach out to you about it?
So I had that idea actually before then because we were in the old studio the first time I talked
upstairs.
about that.
Yeah.
Right? And when was that? How long ago was that?
Oh, like we left that studio 6 years ago.
Yeah, right. So the first time I talked about that on the radio, we were up there. I actually
we were in that studio for like 8 years.
Yes, and I actually did have somebody reach out to me about starting a sort of club. And they wanted me to be, they were just like, you could be the face of it. We'll do all this stuff. But they seemed sort of sketchy to me. And I didn't want to get in. I didn't want to get in the club business at the time. But yes, it was all based on, I had said that I think that clubs should have like an early seating and a later seating, like fancy restaurants, where if people want to go in and party, but still get that club atmosphere, give me like 6 p.m. until like 9:30, right? And then the hardcores can come in at 10. And then you used to make fun of me because I was like, that's when hardcore start partying.
Not even.
Well,
10
we're
more.
still pre-drinking at 10.
Yeah, you're still at the pre.
I get it. I remember.
Yeah, that's like how the in the summertime, like Vegas pool parties are, right? Like you get the
Yes.
early crowd that show up, same nightclub,
Yeah.
except you're out in the pool and they got the DJ spinning and everything,
Totally.
and you drink and party like during the day.
Yep.
And then there's a brief moment in time where everything shuts down so they could like reset.
Yeah.
And then the nighttime crew.
Yeah,
comes
and
in.
I'm all for that. But no, I had one person reach out, and then after that, they all just stole my idea.
Holly says here, I just got into Ted Lasso, now another show along with Grey's Anatomy that makes me cry. I've heard you guys discuss it before. Who is your favorite Ted Lasso character? Go ahead, Shem. Oh, we know.
Come on. Really need to be said.
Hannah Waddingham.
Thank you very much.
Right? Rebecca on the show. Do you watch that show, Maria?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you watch all of it? Like,
I haven't finished the last season yet.
okay.
I know, but I do have a favorite character.
Who?
It's Keely.
Oh, Keely's the
I love
best.
Keely. She's so, and I obviously love Roy Kent, but Keely just, I've like grown so fond of her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roy is my favorite.
Yeah.
I love Roy because he's just like this. Yeah, he comes off as like this hard ass and like a guy who doesn't like anyone, but there are those moments you catch him, and they show it predominantly throughout the show, especially as you get later into the season of the show, where he is a kind person. He's got a big heart and he actually cares about people. Roz?
I may say Keely as well. It's a tie. Actually, it's a tie for me. Number 1 and number 2 is Keely, and then Ted is number 3 or 2 if it's a tie at first, and Rebecca. Like those are sort of my like that world. And then I also in the later seasons, I really, really, really love Jamie. Jamie starts out as a huge douche,
That's
like
fair.
rightfully so. But they really turn that character into like real something special on that show. Like I really, really love what they did with the Jamie character. But yeah, it's hard to pick when they're all just like so well written.
Grace says here, do you cut your fingernails straight across or curved?
Ooh, I do one straight across at the beginning, and then I round it out based on that one flat.
Yeah, I kind of do
tip.
the same thing.
I don't start at the corner and go all the way around.
It depends. Sometimes I do a mix of both.
do,
Sometimes I go
huh?
straight across and then round out the edges, or
Yeah.
sometimes I'll start at one side
Yeah.
and then round it out that way.
Really, huh?
Yeah, Maria. Well, you get
My
yours
nails are
done, right?
shaped a certain way.
Yeah. You got a nail tech, right?
Yeah, I got nail tech. I go every 2 weeks.
Yeah. Maura, your nail tech? Let's see their work.
Well, I cut only when they need to be cut, so some are longer than the others.
Oh.
Wait a second. You if you think that you have one nail that needs to be cut, you'll just cut that one?
I'll cut the one nail and then come back another day.
What?
So
For the
today,
others?
today my pointy finger and this baby finger will be cut, and on this hand, my thumb and my wedding ring finger.
I don't know
That's
why,
so
but that
weird.
just made me nauseous.
Yeah, and it's what?
Why?
Okay, I don't know. That's
Why don't you
weird.
just let them all grow and then cut them all at the exact same time?
Well,
so
'cause
then
some
moving
don't need
forward,
it. Like this one doesn't need it.
I know, but here's the problem: is that you started this once, probably years ago, and now none of them will catch up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it drives my husband bananas.
So you'll have like one perfectly cut nail, and then the one next to it is kind of like mangy and on its way to being needed to be cut.
Yeah, this one in 3 days needs to go.
do you do the same thing for your toes?
My toes I pick at with my fingers, and then I'll cut them.
Okay.
Hold on here. Wait a second. You pick at them.
No, I'm taking my headphones off.
Maria's
What do
gonna throw
you
up.
mean you pick? Like you pick underneath them, or you
No,
pick
I'll
at
like
the nail?
I'll rip the nail.
Really, huh?
Yeah.
That's so gross. You're disgusting.
How soft are your nails?
Quite soft, I guess.
Oh my God. You could not pick at one of my toenails.
No.
No, my toenails are like
Not it.
Like they're like wood. Like they're so hard. So hard.
No thanks.
My fingernails too.
Shem?
Like my fingernails are incredibly strong.
I'm a curve.
Yeah.
Yeah. Feels weird saying that after Ross talking about how hard his nails are, but I'm still a
Oh,
curve.
we didn't ask Maury, are you a curve or a straight?
Oh, I'm a curve. I'm
You're a
not straight
curve.
in anything, but yeah, curve. No, hold on. This one's curved.
Yeah.
This one's straight.
Oh, you got to figure out a system, man. Your system's broken for nails. Jackie Childs just started following me on Instagram, Shem.
Oh,
I hate this guy, man.
Kevin, hello. Welcome to the podcast. How are you?
I'm good. Good morning.
All right, Kevin, welcome to the show. What is it you want to say? Or what's your question?
So, say you and Roz were driving one day and you got in a car accident and Roz became a quadriplegic. And
Okay. Keep
yeah,
going.
well, listen to the question.
Yep.
And say he couldn't wipe his ass anymore and couldn't shake his pee-pee after he went to the washroom. Would you be a good friend and do that for him and shake his pee-pee off and wipe his butt for him?
Like every day? Like when we're here doing the show, if you had to go?
Yeah, if he had to go to the washroom, would you do that for him? That's what a true friend would do. Like if my friend asked me to do that, I'd do it for him.
Yeah, I absolutely would. I would do that for Ross.
Wow.
Yeah. If we were
That's
here,
beautiful, man.
if he had to, yeah, of course. Why wouldn't I?
Can we just say if one of us got hit by a ninja blow dart and we were temporarily paralyzed as opposed to being a full-on quadriplegic after a car accident? Like, that's harsh, man.
Yeah, you put out some negative energy into the universe, bro.
Yeah. So the question is if Mocha was paralyzed from the neck down, would I wipe his bum and shake his pee-pee? Right?
That's correct. Or if it happened to you.
Would you feel comfortable, Roz, if I were the one to help you out?
I don't know. No, I wouldn't. I don't think I would be comfortable with anyone. I would have to hire a nurse.
Okay.
I don't even think I would want Catherine doing that. Like,
Yeah.
I really wouldn't. But now I'm trying to think about in what way would I, wipe your ass? Because, like, I would have to, like, would you be on the toilet, right? And
But yeah,
then,
you'd be on the toilet or like one of those things that kind of lift you up from the toilet.
okay, but hold on. Let me just say something here. I'm trying to break this down in my head, man, okay? So if you were on the toilet, like, would I have to stand in front of you because you wouldn't be able to move your arms? So I'd have to stand in front of you, put my arms around you, and lift you up a little bit, and then I would have to hold you by one arm and kind of go down underneath, reaching behind. Or what I think I would actually do is I would bend all the way down.
Yeah.
I would take your arm, put it over my neck. I would pick you up and put you on my shoulder. And then I would walk you over to the mirror and I would open your cheeks with one hand and wipe like this with your bum in the mirror so I can see and make sure that I got it all.
Why wouldn't you lie him face down on the floor?
Because then I got to pick him up.
On the floor?
No, put towels down and then put him on the floor.
Then I got
That's
to
the
pick
whole
him
thing,
up.
man.
Just pretend you're Jeff Dunham and he's Walter.
I don't know what any of that
I don't know
means.
what that is. What's that mean?
I don't get it.
What does that mean? Who's that?
But you don't know who Jeff Dunham is? He's the guy that has those puppets that he voices.
He's a ventriloquist.
He's a ventriloquist.
Part of it, right?
Yeah.
The skeleton guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Shaquille O'Neal and Kevin Hart, you know, kind of looks like
Yeah. No, I think that would be my technique, Mocha. As far as like shaking your pee-pee, you would be sitting, obviously, right? And so I would like have
Use both
to.
hands.
I would have to.
This conversation.
All right, we got to move on. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, Kevin.
Okay.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it was a great question, bro. I would be
Peace.
difficult because I'm a big guy.
All right, man. Settle down, bro. Come on.
Okay. Peace says here, is Shem's girlfriend...
Pause for 1 second.
What?
Could you imagine just for 1 second if that was Maury and Matthew had to do that?
Oh, my... No.
The yelling?
Yeah. Matthew would never, though.
Everything would be
Matthew would
Maury's
never.
fault. Everything would be Maury's fault.
Yeah, Matthew would never, though, right, Maury?
But if he was paralyzed, would you still be able to speak?
No. If you were paralyzed.
Oh, if I was
and
paralyzed?
he had to clean you.
Oh, he wouldn't. We've already had this conversation.
You have?
Yeah. Because we often talk about how he's like, we're old, our legs, and what if we were in a wheelchair? Would the other person, bathe them or whatever? And Matthew was like, I am not bathing you.
That's true love.
That
Would
is
he,
what
would
love
he
looks
tilt
like.
your wheelchair from behind and at least dump you in the shower and turn the water on? Like a wheelbarrow?
Figure it out.
Wow.
Swim for your life.
Like 80 pounds of just dirt? Like I would just launch you
By the way, thank you.
into the shower and then just turn the water on.
I just let him lie.
Yeah.
I'll be back in
Right?
10 minutes.
I asked
Do
if
what
he
you
would
can.
at least use some wipes or something, some baby wipes.
And he said no.
no.
He's not wasting money on baby wipes. Wow. Damn, bro.
You would be a mess, Maury.
Okay. Can we please get
Yes,
back to,
yes.
to this next question?
Yes.
Peace says here, is Shem's girlfriend older than him?
Oh, good question.
Oh, good question considering my affinity for older women. No, younger.
Younger?
By 3 years.
How does she feel about your attraction to older women? I guess it doesn't bother her because she's younger.
Yeah, not a big fan of me talking about it, but
Oh, really?
it is what it is.
You got to keep it real, right, Holmes?
Listen, I the streets would not respect me otherwise.
Thank you for all of your questions. Keep them coming in. We'll post a picture on Instagram once a week at Kiss925. It's a picture that simply reads Ask Roz and Mocha, and this is where we get the questions from. And 2 of you will be selected to join us on the phone. Once again, thank you to Kevin and thank you to Jackie for being our callers on today's episode.
Could you imagine the stuff that Maury would get up to if Matthew was the one in a wheelchair? Maury would literally put him like facing the corner, and Maury would just do all the awful things.
What would you do? Would you put like a blindfold on him and like earplugs?
Yeah, and just like that would be it. And then
No, I would wheel him into the corner and turn the music loud so he couldn't hear.
Wow.
Why? What are you doing?
No, just like life things.
Like what?
Yeah.
Like, I'll be
what?
right back. And he's just wheel him to the corner.
Yeah, he would. They would be so cruel.
Awful.
Oh my God.
Thank you for listening. This has been episode 742 of the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
on Kiss 92.5
Kiss925.com.
or download the Kiss 92.5 app.